Have you noticed that walking up the stairs feels harder than it used to? Or maybe getting out of a chair requires more effort than before? If you are over 60, this is not just getting older. It could be a clear sign that your leg muscles are wasting away silently. And once this process begins, it can rob you of your independence, your energy, and even your confidence. Every year, millions of older adults lose strength in their legs, making everyday tasks like carrying groceries, standing from the couch, or even taking a simple walk feel like climbing a mountain. The most alarming part? Many people don't realize it is happening until it's already far advanced. But here's the truth. Muscle loss in the legs is not something you just have to accept. There are specific foods and habits that can slow it down or even reverse it if you act in time. In this video, we'll show you exactly what you should eat every morning to fight back, keep your muscles strong, and protect your independence. Stay with us until the end, because the small change you make tomorrow morning could determine how strong, mobile, and healthy you will feel for the next decade. When people cross the age of 60, one of the most common but least talked about health issues is muscle loss, especially in the legs. This process has a medical name, but you don't need to worry about the term itself. What matters is how it affects your daily life. The legs are the foundation of independence. They allow you to walk to the kitchen, climb the stairs, garden, or go for a simple stroll with your grandchildren. When those muscles weaken, even basic movements become tiring. The decline doesn't usually happen overnight. It begins slowly, often without noticeable signs, and then accelerates as the years pass. Many people think it is just part of aging, but in reality, the body is responding to years of habits, lifestyle choices, and changes that occur with age. One of the major reasons this problem develops is that as we get older, our bodies naturally process protein less efficiently. Protein is the building block of muscle, and without enough of it, your body struggles to repair and maintain strength. Add to that a reduction in physical activity, something that often happens in retirement years, and the result is a steady erosion of muscle. Sedentary routines, long hours of sitting, and limited exercise make the legs particularly vulnerable, since they carry the weight of the body and require constant engagement to remain strong. Another challenge is hormonal change. As men and women age, levels of hormones that support muscle health gradually decline. For men, this includes testosterone, and for women, estrogen plays a role. While these changes are natural, they amplify the effects of inactivity and poor diet. When combined, these factors create a perfect storm that leaves many older adults weaker than they need to be. This isn't just about having difficulty moving around, it also raises the risk of falls, injuries, and loss of independence, which are some of the most feared outcomes in later life. On top of this, certain health conditions that become more common with age, like diabetes, arthritis, or heart disease, can make it harder to stay active. Some medications also have side effects that impact appetite or muscle health. This means the cycle of weakness often feeds itself. People feel tired, so they move less, and the less they move, the weaker their muscles become. Slowly, the activities that once felt easy, walking through a store, kneeling in the garden, standing in the kitchen to cook, start to feel exhausting. It is also important to recognize that many people simply are not aware of how critical leg strength is until they lose it. The body is resilient, but without proper care, it adapts to a lower level of activity. Muscles shrink because the body believes they are no longer needed. It is a case of use it or lose it. Unfortunately, by the time many people notice, they may already be struggling to regain what has been lost. But the good news is that it is never too late to take action. Even small, consistent changes can make a noticeable difference. And that is why what you eat in the morning plays such an important role. It sets the tone for your entire day and gives your muscles what they need to stay strong. To truly understand what happens when your leg muscles waste away, it helps to think of your muscles as a savings account. In your younger years, every time you moved, lifted something, or ate nourishing food, you were making deposits into that account. Your muscles grew stronger, more resilient, and ready to support you through life. But once you reach your 60s, the body begins making withdrawals faster than deposits. Unless you deliberately continue adding to your muscle account, it will gradually run dry. This is why so many older adults feel weaker, less balanced, and more fragile as time goes on. When muscles shrink and lose strength, the change is not only about appearance. Muscle tissue is what helps you stand tall, stay steady on your feet, and react quickly if you stumble. Without strong legs, balance declines, and the chance of a fall increases dramatically. Falls are one of the leading causes of hospital visits for older adults, and they often lead to fractures that can take months or years to recover from. For some, a fall marks the beginning of a downward spiral of losing independence. This is why understanding what muscle loss is and how it creeps up on you is so important. The process of muscle loss is not sudden but progressive. After age 30, most people begin losing a small percentage of muscle each decade. By 60, the rate speeds up, especially if a person is inactive or not eating enough protein. This is often invisible at first. You might notice it when carrying groceries feels heavier than before, or when getting up from a low chair takes more effort. These are warning signs. They are not just normal aging, they are your body asking for help. Ignoring these signals can lead to bigger problems, but responding to them with better habits can change your future. Another thing to know is that leg muscles are not just about strength. They are also about circulation, metabolism, and energy. When you walk, your leg muscles act like pumps, pushing blood back toward your heart. When those muscles weaken, circulation can suffer. Poor circulation adds to fatigue and swelling in the legs, which can make movement even harder. At the same time, muscle is a major part of your metabolism. The less muscle you have, the fewer calories your body burns, and the easier it becomes to gain weight, even if your eating habits have not changed much. This extra weight puts more pressure on already weakened legs, creating a vicious cycle. The emotional side of muscle loss is also important. When your body feels weaker, it is natural to feel less confident. You may avoid certain activities out of fear of falling or embarrassment. Slowly, this avoidance shrinks your world. You stop joining friends for walks, stop doing the hobbies you loved, and spend more time sitting. Over time, inactivity doesn't just weaken your legs further, it can also affect your mood, leading to frustration, sadness, or even depression. The truth is, muscle loss is not just about the legs. It is about your freedom, your dignity, and your quality of life. That is why paying attention to it early is so important. And while this may sound overwhelming, the encouraging part is that you have more control than you think. By making a few key changes, starting with what you eat in the morning, you can give your muscles the strength they need to keep supporting you. Food is not just fuel, it is a tool that can either speed up decline or protect your independence. Understanding this is the first step toward taking back control. Losing leg strength is not just a physical issue. It touches almost every part of daily life, both physically and emotionally. Imagine waking up in the morning and realizing that something as simple as standing from your bed feels harder than it did a few years ago. At first, you may dismiss it as stiffness or a bad night's sleep, but over time it becomes a regular challenge. This is how many older adults experience muscle loss, slowly, subtly, and with a growing sense of frustration. The physical impact is obvious. Weaker muscles mean less stability, slower movement, and reduced stamina. But the emotional weight of this change can be just as heavy. One of the biggest physical impacts is the loss of balance. Strong leg muscles act like the foundation of a house. They keep everything upright and secure. When those muscles weaken, walking across a room can feel uncertain, and simple tasks like stepping into the shower or climbing a few stairs can feel risky. Many older adults begin to fear falling, and this fear itself changes the way they move. They may walk more slowly, hold onto furniture for support, or avoid going outdoors. Ironically, this cautious behavior often leads to even less movement, which accelerates muscle loss further. It becomes a cycle where fear feeds weakness, and weakness feeds fear. Fatigue is another major impact. With less muscle mass, everyday activities drain energy more quickly. Carrying groceries, cooking a meal, or even standing in line at the store can leave someone feeling exhausted. For people who used to be active and independent, this sudden drop in endurance can be shocking. It can also make them more likely to give up on activities they once enjoyed, from gardening to playing with grandchildren. This physical slowdown sends a silent message to the brain. You can't do what you used to do. Over time, that message chips away at confidence and self-esteem. Emotionally, the effects can be profound. Losing strength is not just about muscles. It can feel like losing part of your identity. Many older adults pride themselves on being self-sufficient, being able to walk, cook, clean, and take care of themselves. When those abilities begin to fade, it can lead to feelings of helplessness or even shame. Some people stop asking for help because they don't want to be a burden, while others feel embarrassed to admit that simple tasks are becoming difficult. This quiet struggle can create loneliness and isolation, which are serious threats to emotional well-being in later life. The emotional toll is often underestimated. When people lose confidence in their bodies, they also lose confidence in social situations. They may decline invitations to go out, worried about keeping up with others, or about appearing weak. This withdrawal can lead to social isolation, which studies show has a direct negative effect on both physical and mental health. It becomes not just about weak muscles, but about a shrinking sense of connection and purpose. Yet, it is important to recognize that these challenges do not mean life is over or independence is lost forever. Many older adults, when they begin making changes through nutrition, light exercise, and consistent routines, find themselves regaining not only strength but also hope. Every small victory, like being able to walk farther without resting or climbing stairs without help, brings a sense of accomplishment. These wins rebuild confidence and restore dignity. It is a reminder that aging is not about decline alone. It is about adapting, growing, and finding new ways to stay strong. The impact of muscle loss is real, both physically and emotionally. But by understanding how deeply it affects daily life, you can also begin to see why it is so urgent to take action. Your legs are not just muscles. They are your freedom, your independence, and your connection to the world around you. Protecting them is not about vanity. It is about living life fully, with strength and confidence, no matter your age. When it comes to muscle loss after 60, there are many myths and misconceptions that often confuse people or stop them from taking action. One of the most common myths is that losing muscle is simply an unavoidable part of aging. While it is true that some muscle decline happens naturally, the idea that nothing can be done is false. Countless studies and real-life stories show that with the right habits like eating enough protein, staying active, and making small daily adjustments, you can slow down and even partially reverse muscle loss at any age. Aging is not the same as weakness, but believing this myth can make people give up before they even try. Another widespread belief is that you have to spend hours in a gym or lift heavy weights to keep your muscles strong. This discourages many older adults who feel intimidated by the idea of exercise. The truth is, your legs can benefit tremendously from simple, consistent movement like daily walking, climbing stairs, using resistance bands, or doing light bodyweight exercises at home. You do not need to train like an athlete. You just need to keep your muscles engaged regularly. Even small, steady efforts build strength over time. A third myth is that protein shakes or expensive supplements are the only way to protect muscle health. While supplements can be helpful in some cases, the reality is that everyday foods are often more than enough. Eggs, yogurt, oats, beans, nuts, and fish provide the nutrients your muscles need. Eating a balanced breakfast with protein is far more effective than chasing quick fixes. Believing that only supplements can help often leads people to spend money unnecessarily, while ignoring simple, natural foods that are already within their reach. Another misconception is that once you lose muscle, it is gone forever. This belief is particularly harmful because it creates hopelessness. In reality, your body is capable of rebuilding strength at any age, though the process may be slower than it was in your youth. With consistency and patience, many people in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s regain leg strength, balance, and mobility. The key is not to expect overnight results, but to trust the process of daily nourishment and movement. Finally, some people think that because they are not athletes or bodybuilders, muscle health does not apply to them. But muscle strength is not about vanity or sports. It is about basic independence. Being able to walk safely, get up from a chair, carry groceries, and play with grandchildren all depend on strong legs. This is not about sculpting a body for show. It is about preserving dignity, freedom, and joy in daily life. By clearing away these myths, you can see the truth more clearly. Muscle loss is not inevitable, and the solutions are not complicated. You do not need to live in a gym, buy expensive powders, or accept weakness as your fate. What you do need is awareness, consistency, and the right habits to support your body. When you replace myths with truths, you take back the power to protect your health and independence. Now that we have explored the problem and cleared away the myths, let's focus on what really matters: the solutions. The good news is that protecting your leg muscles after 60 does not require extreme diets, expensive supplements, or complicated gym routines. It comes down to simple, practical habits you can start tomorrow morning. Your daily choices, especially what you eat first thing in the day, set the stage for your strength, energy, and independence. Let's break down the most effective strategies. The first key habit is eating a protein-rich breakfast. After a night of fasting, your muscles need fuel to start rebuilding and repairing. Many older adults begin their mornings with toast, coffee, or sugary cereals. These foods may give quick energy, but they do little to feed your muscles. Instead, you need foods that provide protein, which is the building block of strength. A good breakfast might include eggs, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, or even a plant-based option like beans or tofu. For example, a bowl of oatmeal topped with nuts and seeds, or yogurt with fruit and a sprinkle of chia seeds, gives both protein and energy. This combination not only supports muscle repair, but also helps keep blood sugar stable, reducing fatigue and cravings later in the day. Alongside protein, don't forget about vitamins and minerals that support muscle function. Calcium and vitamin D are essential for bone health, which works hand in hand with muscle strength. Without strong bones, muscles cannot perform properly. Simple choices like adding milk, fortified plant-based alternatives, or leafy greens to your meals can make a big difference. Magnesium and potassium, found in bananas, nuts, and vegetables, also play an important role in muscle contraction and preventing cramps. A colorful breakfast plate filled with these nutrients is not just attractive, it is protective. The second habit is daily movement. You don't need fancy equipment to strengthen your legs, you simply need consistency. Walking is one of the most powerful ways to keep leg muscles engaged. Even 10 to 15 minutes in the morning can wake up your muscles and improve circulation. If walking outdoors isn't always possible, you can march in place, practice sitting and standing from a chair, or climb a set of stairs. Resistance bands are another great tool because they are affordable, safe, and easy to use at home. Simple exercises like leg lifts, mini squats, or pressing your legs against resistance bands can slowly rebuild strength. The key is to move every day, even if it's just a little, and to keep challenging your muscles gently. Another essential habit is maintaining hydration. Muscles are about 70% water, and dehydration can make them weaker and more prone to cramps. Many older adults do not feel as thirsty as they used to, so they drink less water without realizing the impact. Starting the day with a glass of water before breakfast is an easy way to set the tone. Herbal teas, broths, or water-rich foods like fruits and vegetables also contribute to hydration. When your muscles are well hydrated, they perform better, recover faster, and support your daily activities with more ease. Sleep is another overlooked factor. While you rest, your body repairs tissues, including muscles. Without good quality sleep, your body struggles to rebuild what has been broken down during the day. Establishing a calming nighttime routine such as reading, stretching lightly, or turning off screens an hour before bed can improve sleep quality. For older adults, this repair time is critical. Sleep is not just rest, it is active healing for your muscles. It's also important to pay attention to balance and flexibility exercises. While building strength is essential, balance training reduces the risk of falls. Simple practices like standing on one foot while holding onto a chair, or gentle stretching to keep joints flexible, can make everyday movement safer and easier. Activities like Tai Chi or gentle yoga are excellent because they combine balance, flexibility, and light muscle engagement in a calm and enjoyable way. Of course, nutrition and lifestyle changes may not be enough in every situation. Some people deal with chronic health conditions, medications, or mobility challenges that make muscle maintenance more complicated. In these cases, it's wise to consult a healthcare professional for personalized guidance. A doctor, nutritionist, or physical therapist can help tailor a plan that fits your needs and ensures you stay safe while making changes. Seeking help is not a sign of weakness, it is a sign of strength, showing that you are committed to protecting your independence. The final habit is mindset. Staying motivated is often the hardest part, especially when results take time. It is important to celebrate small victories. If you can walk a little farther this week than last week, or if you feel less tired after climbing stairs, those are signs of progress. Share your goals with family or friends so they can encourage you. Even keeping a simple journal of your meals, walks, or energy levels can remind you of how far you've come. Motivation grows when you recognize that every step, every breakfast, and every choice matters. To sum up, start your day with protein, add vitamins and minerals through colorful foods, stay hydrated, move daily, prioritize sleep, practice balance and flexibility, seek support if needed, and nurture a positive mindset. None of these habits require perfection, they require consistency. The muscles in your legs are not just for walking, they are the foundation of your independence and freedom. Protecting them is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself in this stage of life. As we come to the end of this conversation, it's important to remember one thing. Aging does not mean losing control over your health or your independence. Yes, the body changes with time, but those changes do not have to define your future. Your legs, your muscles, your strength, they are still yours. And with the right care, they can continue to carry you through the years ahead with confidence and dignity. Every morning is a new opportunity to take action, and the choices you make today will shape how strong and capable you feel tomorrow. Think of the small steps we discussed: a breakfast that fuels your muscles, simple daily movement, hydration, balance, rest, and a positive mindset. None of these are complicated, and none of them require you to completely change your life overnight. They are small, realistic adjustments that fit into your daily routine. But when practiced consistently, they have the power to transform not only your physical health, but also your emotional well-being. You will notice the difference not just in your legs, but in your energy, your confidence, and the way you move through the world. The beauty of this stage of life is that it offers perspective. You already know the value of freedom, of independence, of being able to do things on your own. Protecting your muscles means protecting those values. It means being able to continue enjoying your hobbies, spending time with loved ones, and living each day with dignity. Strength is not about lifting heavy weights. It is about lifting yourself up, choosing to fight for your health, and refusing to accept decline as your only option. So let this be your encouragement. No matter your age, it is never too late to take action. Every healthy breakfast, every short walk, every glass of water, every good night's sleep is a vote for your future self. You are building not just stronger legs, but a stronger life. Believe in the possibility of change, because the evidence is clear, it works. If this message spoke to you, make sure to subscribe to our channel. Leave us a comment sharing where you are watching from, and let us know what small step you will start tomorrow to strengthen your legs. And most importantly, Share this video with someone you love who might need the encouragement. Together, we can build a stronger, healthier, and more independent future.